There's your bone.
So with that placement, that looks to me like that implant is going up into the sinus cavity, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
So is that acceptable or non-acceptable?
Could they have space? To have space to place the zirconia bridge, I'll just give you a 14 millimeter thickness. Let's go to 7. So if I go from the occlusal surface of that bicuspid, and I go up 17 millimeters, realizing that 3 millimeters is always soft tissue thickness, so 3 from 17 will give you 14 millimeters of space.
Right.
So you can see where my bone's got to be cut off. Well, guess where my implant is?
Yeah.
It's not even, I'm just trying to tell you, you know. Now, I don't think these teeth are worn.
They're not worn very much.
They don't
appear to be worn.
Yeah, so I'm trying to tell you that you're not going to have room for zirconia bridge. Now, you can do something else in there if you want to, but if I put this at the base of the socket, that's 15 millimeters from the occlusal surface to the implant, minus 3 for the soft tissue. You have a 12 millimeter thick bridge. If that's what you want, if it's a really small person, they don't have a heavy bite.
Well, 12 will work, especially because the ridge is relatively wide.
Okay,
so 12 will work.
So use that, put a bigger implant in here and make it bigger. So even if I did a 12, if I give you 12 millimeters of space for the bridge, more than half my implants in the sinus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you got to do something.
Okay.
And you can, it's the same, no difference in the first bicuspid either. I'm just trying to spread this guy out as much as possible. If you come back and put an implant in number 6, let's just look at it, what's measured down. Let's go from the size ledge. Let's go 16. Put the implant back here. Even with the canine, you're still into the sinus. Look how far forward the sinus comes. It's amazing. That's the sinus. That's the sinus. Yeah, pretty cool case. But anyways, so you really can't do much more than that. Maybe you want to go fatter implant. I guess you could do that, but that's only giving you about you know, about 12 to 13 millimeters of space in the anterior. That's an incised ledge. Now we know good and well that that's not, you know, the height of the bridge, because they're occluding further up in here. So you're getting kind of short here in the front. Look at this difference. See? Look at the difference. So if I want to give you the proper distance, I have to come in a little bit further up in here, get a little more close.
So are you saying that this implant would work in the canine area or not?
I got to do a little close sinus lift to make a 10 millimeter implant work
Yeah.
properly, to give you as much space as possible. Yeah.
I thought sometimes you go ahead and perforate the sinus and let the implant go in there, but is that not right?
You lift the membrane up and you can go in like a millimeter and it'll probably fill in bone on its own, but that's, you got to add bone for that.
Yeah, okay.
But to go to the anterior section, you got a little more leeway. You can take away some bone. Let's just look at this one real quick here. Size ledge, you go up. Let's go to 18. Yeah, so you got a little more leeway in the maxillary anterior where the centrals are. Yeah, you get a little better positioning here, a little better help with bone anatomy. You got. Yeah. So this implant's level with this one, but this implant's in solid bone, and it's still got a couple millimeters to give.
And which tooth is that? Which position
This is number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to come back to another canine, grab that one. Tip it, go back. Yeah, it's not that simple of a case to do. Straighten this up a little bit. Okay. Let's go back in there to the palatal side. There's your bone. So let's go and measure this real quick here, guys.
You're measuring from what point?
Inside the ledge, which is
Inside the
worn
ledge.
a little bit,
Yeah.
but if I come up a little bit further, and that gets to about 16 and a half, take away 3, it'd be 13 and a half millimeters of thickness in the front here, but because he's got kind of a deep bite there a little bit. Anyway, so you could do that one, and then you got to come back and pick up a bicuspid somewhere back here. So let's do that, and let's give you a second bicuspid, and about like so. And again, we got to measure this and make sure we got some space for you. And if we go up, say 16, that'll give you 13 millimeters of thickness. My implant's got to be about right there. And we'll put a right size implant in there for you and do this, like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And that's about what you need. And
So
if you
there
did,
again, that's tooth number, bicuspid, that's number
13.
13. And so again, it's into the sinus,
oh
right?
yeah, yeah. But you just do the sinus lift first, take all your teeth out second, then you got bone to put them into. If you try to slant the implant and try to do that on all four, you're going back through the sinus and back into the anterior wall. So you could do an open sinus lift, try to shoot an immediate implant through this alveolus, through the sinus, back into alveolus, anterior wall of the sinus. But why would you do that? Just do an open sinus lift on both sides. Have your bone anatomy you want. You can go back in, trim your bone down, place your implants, and no problems. And even with that, this one's still going to be in the sinus because your sinuses are so far forward, even on the canines. Look how far forward that is. That's amazing. The sinuses come really far forward on this patient, really far forward. All right, so that's
Okay.
what that would be the ideal setup right there.
All right.